welcome back. We continue live right here at Pittsburgh CW. We do this show 7 nights a week, so don't be a stranger. Got a lot of calls, Andrew. Let's get right to them. Fred in North Huntington is first up tonight. What's up, Fred?
Hi, guys. How you guys doing tonight?
We're good, thanks.
Hey, I got to tell you, the way the Penguins are playing right now, it's bringing back flashes of the 16 and 17 team. I'm not saying they're there yet, but, you know, it's sort of starting to remind me of that, the way how deep they are right now and the way they're playing. My question to you is, though, you know, when they get Malkin back, they get Bluger back, you get Kasperi Kapanen back, what guys are you going to sit? Because I think that's going to be a very difficult decision for Mike Sullivan. And my other question, Bob, I wanted to ask you, the Hayes kid for the Pirates, what's his contract situation? Because he's got such raw talent.
Yeah.
I think they might want to try to lock him up.
Tried
if they can.
twice. They tried twice, Fred, and he turned them down both times, and I don't blame him because apparently it's not the kind of money that he thinks it's worth, you know, giving up several years of arbitration for. So will they revisit that? Maybe. Will he sign it? Doubtful. Because, you know, Andrew, he thinks of himself that he's probably he wants to go through the arbitration process, which could skyrocket your salary and then open up free agency. He believes in himself.
Yeah. And he doesn't want to give free agent years away. He wants to get to that free agent finish line as quickly as possible when he's as young as possible so he can get one of those Lindor deals, Bob. Did you see that?
Your
a
Mets.
Franchise in New York. Absolutely. Gave out that Lindor contract, which put a smile on my face.
Yeah, but is he worth $340 million? You know, he's a really good player, but $340?
Well, look, I don't expect him in years 9 and 10 to produce to that contract. He won't. But it's, you know, it's the idea when you're a big market team like that. CC Sabathia with the Yankees. He got there. They won a World Series.
Right.
He pitched him to a World Series. Everything from there was pretty much gravy. And so if you think a guy can get you over the top, you overpay and you give too many years in order to make it happen. That's what rich owners, and the owner of the Mets is the richest owner in professional sports. Of the 4 major sports, he's got more money than any of them. He should pay. He should do it. He should overpay for guys like that. But you know, to the question about the lines, Bob, it was a good problem to have. I do think guys like Evan Rodriguez, Lafferty, you know, these are guys that are very up and down. You know, they're good right now, but we might be singing a different tune 3 or 4 games from now. That's the issue with guys like that. They're NHL players, but they're borderline because they battle with consistency. They give you good games and bad ones.
Yeah, but I will say this. It's good to know if you're Mike Sullivan that Evan Rodriguez, and they knew that. That's why they reacquired him. You could throw him in there, and he can have an impact. Anthony Angelo is a physical presence there. You know, they may be craving a physical guy. He's the most physical guy they have of the guys who are not the regular guys. So
they looked physical to me tonight. I mean, Boston's a team that wants to play that way, and I thought the Penguins took it to them. I mean, saw a little – it got testy between Letang and Marchand. I kind of like that Letang in a situation like that didn't back down.
And Tyler Frederick was trying to get under Letang's emotional umbrella there. And you got to watch Agate because he got into it with Ovechkin, and then he took one into the area that you don't want to take one. And so who knows?
Where's that?
The area that you don't want to take one, you know. It's south of the border. Anyway, let's go out to Harry in Westview. Hello, Harry. How are you?
Hey, guys. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Hey,
Harry, what's up?
One thing, you know, it's usually a coaching change that makes the team get hot. They had the general manager happen to leave there, and I'm thinking now, what do they? Everybody wanted to make trades, and you know, they got the new people in there who want bigger, more physical people, but they're having success now. What do you do now? Do you remain static, or what do you guys think they should do?
You know, it's funny. That's a great question you bring up, Harry, and we talked about it at 4 o'clock, Andrew and I did. And, you know, here you are. Ron Hextall's kind of caught in the middle potentially because you have Berkey over there saying what he wants, and you have Sullivan who doesn't necessarily like, because every time we've seen a big player like a Reeves or even an Ian Cole or a physical guy, he tends to want more skaters. What do you do if you're Ron Hextall, if anything, or do you do nothing at this point?
Well, I think it's going to be very minor, Bob. I think that it's going to be, you know, you've got Hextall, who's conservative. That's what got him in trouble in Philadelphia. And Burke, who's more of a guy that loves to make the big deal, the art of the deal. And I think in a perfect world, you try to find something in the middle so you're not – they don't have a lot to give up anyways, but they're not going to give up their top picks or their top prospects just to throw it into 2021. I just don't believe they're going to do that. I think, you know, the cooler heads are going to prevail. They're going to meet in the middle. They're not going to. I think Rutherford maybe, Bob, he might have made too many trades last year at the deadline. That screwed with the chemistry of the team. And in the name of what? Getting guys like Patrick Marleau in the lineup? You know what I mean?
That.
So, yeah, so I think Hextall is aware of that. I think they're going to make depth moves. They're not going to win the trade deadline, I'll put it that way.
No. I don't think they have to. They just have to continue to play the way they're playing. Mark DiStefano on Twitter hits us up and says, guys, the main thing about Hayes is, like most good hitters, he has a good eye. So far, he does not swing at bad pitches. Reminds me a lot of McCutchen. Polanco, on the other hand, strikes out on balls off the plate, which he did today. Let's go to John in Oil City. Hey, John, how are you?
Hey, John.
Hey, Bob, thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
I just have well, I know the Pirates won today, but they made a multitude of mistakes, and I want to focus on that blunder on Hayes' sac fly. Fowler looked like a little leaguer, and Joey Cora looked like he was sleeping. So I need some comment on that.
Well, I mean, I watched a lot of baseball today, Andrew, and there's a lot of stuff going on that I thought was indicative
that
of.
was inexcusable, though.
It was.
I mean, that was about as bad as
you should have seen
gets.
some of the games, specifically the Cardinals game, even the Dodgers game. Some of the stuff that was going on there is. But I mean, you're right.
Well, yeah,
We've
the
seen
base
that
running
from the
on a
Pirates.
home run.
Right.
Yeah, the Dodgers
I don't know
had
what
that
Justin
issue.
Turner, if you haven't seen, I tweeted out, I don't know if you did, Andrew, but if you haven't seen the play we're talking about, Bellinger hits a home run, Turner's on the bases, he retreats the first thing and it may have been caught. Bellinger passes him, so it goes as a single and Bellinger's out.
Well,
it's crazy.
You know, I've ripped Cora for his third base coaching, and I've gotten back from the Pirates, he does more than that. That his role within the organization or with the team goes beyond just what he does at third base, that they like some of the other developmental things he does, interpersonal stuff with players that makes up for that. Because I think he's a lousy third base coach. In terms of on-the-fly decision-making, my personal opinion, I don't think he's very good at that. I think that has come back to bite the Pirates now for a number of years, even going back to when he was on Clint Hurdle's staff. But look, you know, the Cubs, to me, they made more mistakes. They walked the leadoff hitter in like 7 and 9 or 8 and 9 innings. It was embarrassing. And they had Hendricks, who's their, Greg Maddux light on the mound today. So it was a very bizarre game. You wonder in situations like that, Bob, how much the weather, the cold weather affects pitchers. And clearly today, it did a number on the Chicago pitchers.
Yeah, you think about Hendricks last year in 80 innings, even though it was a condensed season, he had 8 walks all year. He had 3 walks today, and that's not like him. Now
You're a stat maven. You're unbelievable.
No,
that was great.
You just, you find these things and it's like surprising. I didn't expect that from him. He's been one of their more consistent, like you said, Greg Maddux type. He doesn't give you much, but he gave the Pirates a lot and they took advantage. Now it's time for our Tri-State Office Finisher Tweet of the Day, Andrew, and this comes to us from Mars High School Baseball. They're proud tonight. They say, happy opening day in all caps for Pirates David Bednar. All of Mars is with you. So proud of you, Bucko. We'll talk about David Bednar and more of the Pirates when we come back with Andrew Fillipponi and you. Call us at 412-575-2600 right here on Pittsburgh. See you.